Hi, my name is Jill. I am a caregiver, home health care specialist. There's such a need for caregivers, qualified caregivers, loving caregivers, that I felt compelled to share this on YouTube. And there's such a need for employment. We have so many senior citizens out there that can use a caregiver, and our wounded warriors that are coming home who are in the military, and other disabled people. Caregiver job description is number one. You have to be patient and be cheerful and have a loving heart. It's a very rewarding job to be in your own employer. You make your own hours and you work with like when you get a call for a job, you find out what their needs are and what works for you. I charge $15 an hour, which is really a good deal, because these agencies, they charge well over $20 an hour, and they don't even pay their girls or guys $12 an hour or $10 an hour. I've been a lead caregiver for several of my clients and with outside agencies, and I've been told by all of them that they never had training and they really appreciated what I shared with them. Also, being a good caregiver requires patience, because you're going to hear things over and over again. A caregiver is also a patient advocate, and there's so many seniors who are in hospitals that really need to have somebody there for them. And I will share sometime in the near future about what happened to my mother, and it made me really realize how important having an advocate is for those seniors in the hospital, or children for that matter. Anyway, you're there to assist him or her in any way that you can. It requires, I like to do a little light housekeeping, and it requires medication management that you work with the doctor, or if there's a visiting nurse, you help them get their medications in a pill box. I will give you tips about that. And it requires organizing doctor's appointments, going to the store for them, and having a rapport with the family. I've had some of my clients say that, Jill, you are our eyes and our ears. And it's been really rewarding. I'm also involved in hospice in the last days of some of our clients, and this will happen, and it's very bittersweet. It's really quite an honor to be there when somebody graduates, sprouts their wings. Also, there's cooking involved, and it's especially important to, if you can eat with them. A lot of times our seniors like to have you eat with them because their appetite isn't very good. It's not good to force them to eat. You can encourage them. It's important to encourage fluids, because our seniors are very prone to urinary tract infections, and they don't feel them like we do when we're younger. And also, it doesn't take any type of real schooling to be a caregiver. I've had medical assisting through American College of Medical Careers, back office, in a doctor's office. I've even done front office, and I've also had certified nurse aide training. My dad was a doctor and my mom was an RN, so I guess you could kind of say it's in my blood. Anyway, so also what's important that I like to do is charting in a notebook. This is really important, especially if you're part of a team of caregivers. it's nice to read over notes of what has taken place. It really comes in handy to refer back to if needed. I write the date, time that I'm there, the time any medication is given, what was eaten, how the client's well-being is emotionally, mentally, physically. Most seniors have issues with their bowels. Be prepared to hear a lot about this. They are valid moments of sharing. It's important to validate your client's feelings and be a good listener. It's a good idea to chart if a client is having problems such as diarrhea or constipation. Medication management is really important. If the client doesn't have a pill box already for organizing his or her medications, I'll just purchase one for them that has each day of the week, and it has morning, noon, evening, and bedtime. I've had some resistance on this from clients, but they learn to really appreciate it. And most seniors are on medication. And also, you'd want to have a calendar around too that you have right nearby, like kind of have a little workstation, like nearby a phone, where you can have a spiral notebook to write these things down, and also have a calendar there for any appointments. And then again, they're really wonderful to be able to refer back to. It's really important to listen to your client. They need somebody to talk to. And also to play games with them, like Yahtzee's a real good, easy one with the dice game, and you can assist them and help them with tallying it up. Categories, used to play that, and with my precious Lil, who I love so much, who passed away last year. That was really a lot of fun, and we had to turn the time around a couple of times, and we had even made up a game called Lima, where she had a really prolific lime tree, and I'd go down and pick the limes, and she had a palm tree right off her deck into the field, and we would take limes and throw the limes at the palm tree. Actually, she had a much better arm than me. I'm not a very good thrower, but I could beat her in categories. But then we were about even with Yahtzee. And there are other games too, that it just depends upon your client's personality and what your client likes to do. It's important when you go to the doctor's appointments with them to establish your relationship, with them. Doctors love it when their patients have a caregiver, and make sure that you get your name on the medical release paper there, so that when you are calling, when you have to call for a refill or you need some information from the doctor's office, from the client's home, then they have you in the client's chart that it's okay to release information to you. I know I'm kind of jumping around on this, but as far as medication goes, it's so much better to in the pill boxes, to have the medication be in the pill boxes. And when you do have a bottle of medication, when you get it right on the top with a black marker, what the dosage is, how many times a day. And that way you don't have to take the bottle and be looking at it. It's right there on the top. This is it for now. So if you're interested in learning more and about caregiving, I have a lot of experience I'd like to share with you. I'm not a teacher per se, as far as I'll have my notes that I'll look at to make sure that I cover things. I don't really want to read it. And so I hope to see you again.